Hey Virgo, welcome. Welcome today. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. My camera started without my permission, so I have to still set up here, but it's good. We're ready. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Letty, and this is LettiSpeaks. And if you are new, consider liking, sharing, subscribing. If you subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell so you're notified when new content is posted or when I just post new or go live, rather. If you're returning, hi, my Virgo friends. How are you guys doing today? Today, we're going to take a look at what dragons or what dragon, singular, you are slaying right now, Virgo. For the sake of time, I did cleanse my space and I spread my cards out for you in advance. So let's go ahead and jump in. So our first card for you, Virgo, is Beyond the Mind, the Heart Speaks. I think I got this for Libra. I think I got it for Libra as well. So you could be connected to a Libra. That could pertain to your situation here, challenges that you're facing and conquering right now. Overall, what I'm getting is just being really in your head right now. You know, you could just really be overthinking everything and seeing, you know, you could be right now for some reason seeing the worst, you know, instead of actually seeing the positivity or seeing the benefits of what it is that you're experiencing or where you are right now, Virgo. But I do get that that's part of what you are conquering right now. It's a mental battle. Lots of air energy I'm feeling. And with Beyond the Mind, the Heart Speaks, we're talking about telling the mind to go have a seat. Have many seats, right? I feel like there could be lots of good things that possibly are being offered or will be offered. There could be lots of good things even surrounding you right now, but because you're so in your head, for some reason, there's just a lot of overthinking happening. And so the heart wants to really come in and play a part with where you are right now, Virgo. I hope I haven't been saying Libra. You could be connected with a Libra in some kind of way right now, but the heart really wants to speak. The heart wants to lead, Virgo. The mind has had its time, right? It's had the spotlight for a long time. The heart says, now let me show you what we really can do. Because the heart is able to enter into places that the mind can't, right? The heart has a different way of tapping in and navigating for us, or helping us to navigate in a way that the mind can't, because the mind always wants to be in the know, always wants to be in control, always wants to have a printout of everything happening, right? There's no element of trust. You know, many times when we're allowing the mind to be in control and to lead, whereas the heart is really, it's responsive. Many times it's even, it goes before us, right? And kind of plants seeds and paves a way. The heart has a way of navigating that is really beyond us, you know, and there's a level of feeling into what it is that we're experiencing, you know, instead of hearing, the heart feels. And there's a different understanding that comes in with that, you know. And so I feel like this is part of what you are conquering right now, is really switching over into your heart space is very important right now. Now, for many of you, there's a lot of, this feels like something new being born, right? Something new. There's some new situation that's beautiful that's actually coming into play for you right now, which is why it's important to switch over to your heart space. Because if you're still in your mind, like everything new, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's amazing, if you're stuck in your mind, I almost feel like you're going to find something wrong with it. When you don't need to analyze what's coming in right now, you need to feel it. You need to connect with it, because whatever this is, I feel has a lot to do with possibly a new beginning of some kind, a new birth. This could even have something to do with healing on a family level. There's something new being born, right, within your connections. This could even be a specific connection. I do feel for someone, there is someone coming towards you. It almost feels like someone coming in to possibly even offer you what it is that you've been waiting for, right? We all want to be happy, right? And we all have our own idea of what that looks like. Well, somebody's tapped into that for you. It may in fact be the universe orchestrating this for you, because it feels like a high level of connection. But again, you have to be in your heart space to see this correctly. You have to be in your heart space to even feel whether or not this is for you. Also, I feel like there could be, again, a lot of things coming towards you, and it almost feels like you could be just seeing the negative side of it for some reason. But Spirit is actually showing you and saying that there is actually good, right? Yeah, we all have our, complaints. We all have our things that we get disgruntled about, but at the end of the day, we still have to keep moving forward. And it's what we do with those things. Like, we can't control other people and make them be responsible and act integrous when it comes to others. We can only control ourselves. And when we find that someone doesn't align with our standards, what do? We don't stand there and keep, dealing with it. We put up boundaries and set healthy standards. So either they can abide by those standards, or they can go and find someone else, to deplete. And so, but we still have the power to rule this, right? The energy around us, who we allow in our space. And so, yes, we all have experiences that we can talk about. We got the t-shirt for it, right? All of that. But yet and still, we can move forward even more integrous, right? Let it make you better, not bitter, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. And so you're being seen, for some of you, as being very pretty high standard, very high, classy, very observant as well. Somebody that not a lot gets past them because they are observant and watchful. And this could be in terms of your standards as it pertains to work, right? So if there's anything that has been holding you back, any reasons or things that you could be allowing to persuade you not to do what it is that you would want to do when it comes to moving forward. Accepting situations that you already know is going to lock you into a pattern. Right? It's those kinds of things, right? Be prepared to really take a look at things and reassess some of the things that you have agreed to. I also feel like be prepared to look for people that are holding you up as well, because it's not all bad, Virgo. Like there are the people that are waiting to support you. You have allies in the game, but you just have to look up to see them, okay? Whatever has happened has happened. There's nothing we can do about it, but we're looking forward. We're moving forward. We're moving upward, right? And so a lot of this has to do with you getting out of your head and moving down into your heart space. Feel what it feels like to be in your body. Take a moment to just reconnect with the physical part of your being, to reconnect that spiritual back to the physical. Many times it just takes a couple of moments to stop and feel your body so you can come back into your body, drop down into your heart space and feel instead of thinking, cranking, going. Allow yourself to feel, okay? This is part of that dragon that you're slaying. You're coming back home to self, because there's so much that's waiting for you, but you have to be present within your heart to receive it. Okay, and then the other oracle card was the initiation by air, right? Air is mental energy. So there's something being brought in. There's a higher level of understanding of this thing that we call the mind, right? As it pertains and relates to the heart. The mind is supposed to gather energy and then filter that information to the heart to interpret, right? And I feel like there's a reminder here of that for you, Virgo, and understanding that you are strong mentally. You have a strong, powerful mind. It could be a great asset in all of its ways and what it is able to do. It could bring, comfort and peace and joy, right? Through your spiritual journey, but it can also be the opposite when it's out of context and when it's given too much rein, right? It can turn into an experience that ends up being sometimes very dark and destructive and undermining to your power, making you doubt your own heart and keeping you trapped in different energies relating to fear, right? The mind, when it's developed without the heart or a loving spiritual practice, can actually turn into frightening, a very terrifying weapon, right? Rather than a liberating sword. And so it's all about how we choose to use it, right? And what moves us enough to rise out of this energy of fear and actually step out and risk growing is our heart. It's our heart space, right? And when we shut that off or we forget to actually send that information or filter that energy through the heart, it becomes, the power of it becomes sterile, if I can say that. But when we do that, when we allow that to happen and we allow that information to be filtered and we include the heart in this process, That's where we get the strength to overcome these mental diseases, right? These mental patterns and habits that we've created along the way, right? Then we begin to understand and observe our thoughts rather than be swept away with them. We regain control over our mind because we are not our thoughts as much as we think we are, right? When we think of, I love this, this type of understanding. I am a fan of a few different writers. One is, oh, what is his name? Of course I will forget his name. It's a spiritual leader. And he talks about the mind not being Chopra. There's like 3 different people that I enjoy. Chopra is one. There's a couple others, but they talk about the mind being separate from who we are. Like when we sit and we think a thought, that thought is not us. That's a whole separate part of our being, right? It's not our soul. It's not us. But we can sit and we can observe how we're acting. We can sit back and observe how we're, Ayanla Van Zant says this too. We can observe how we're thinking. So if we can observe it, that means that it's not even a part of us. It's something apart from the core of who we are. And so when we include the heart, that gives us the power to actually take back control if we've lost it to our thoughts, right? And use whatever we have at our disposal wisely. For many times we're talking about our gifts, our mental power, things like that, those mental energies that we have access to. That is purposeful. We regain the purpose of it. And so this is part of the slaying that's happening here. There's this recognition that's happening for you. And I feel like for many of you, you could be even pulling away from people to really go into like hermit mode. And that means that spirit could be pulling you into like a time of fasting and praying. Spirit could be pulling you away into a time of just going out into the wilderness and meditating, right? Because there's something that spirit is working within you. There's something that spirit could be working out of you as well, Virgo. And you've come to some kind of crossroad where you've come to a place where for some reason with someone, there's just no agreement. And so it's almost like coming to a halt or a block of some kind. And this particular separation that's happening, whatever this is, whoever this is, it's removing something. And it may feel like you're losing or you've lost touch with someone or something. You may even feel very restricted or stuck, right? Simply from expressing differences of opinions. But it's working something in you or working something out of you. I also feel like for some of you, you could be at a place right now where you're just coming from this very difficult time where things were very high and you had to really stop and really see what's going on around you. Things could have seemed very strange to you. You could be coming out of that time where you had to actually feel like you were doing a whole and just carrying a whole load by yourself. And now you're moving into this place where things have begun to move really quickly for you in life. There could be contracts that you're signing right now, I'm hearing. For somebody, you're looking into purchasing a home right now. Yeah, contracts being signed right now. And so be careful with the contracts, not moving too quickly. When it comes to contracts, make sure you understand what you're signing, Virgo. But even with that, it's understanding the need to really be in this space of being balanced between your mind and your heart. Consider not being in a rush to just go, but considering every option, especially when it comes to you giving of what it is that you have. I feel like there's definitely a path that's opening up specifically for you, Virgo. So let's see. Any other advice coming in for Virgo? Ooh, we went long for you, Virgo. This is all about the mind. Transferring. And I feel like the struggles, I know for me, it's always a struggle of releasing something, right? It's all about just releasing. When we get to the point where we realize, listen, if it's for me, it is. If it's not, it's not, you know, and not fighting with that. Just letting things flow. That takes so much of the stress off of our plates. And yes, when it comes to family too. Sometimes we have to walk away from family. And yes, we teach people how to treat us. I had to learn that the hard way, right? What you're willing to accept, you're teaching people that it's okay. People can even look at you and see how you treat yourself and find, you know, how they can treat you as well. Because if you don't treat yourself good, and I know I'm going off subject, but for somebody that may be needing to be said, right? You set that precedence. You set that example on how you expect people to treat you. What else does Virgo need to know, Spirit? Yeah, we got the Emperor here. Like, you are in control. What else for Virgo here? All right, we have the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So I have Virgo energy here, Aries energy, Gemini energy, Sagittarius energy. What else do we have? Aquarius, Libra energy. And I think Capricorn energy. But with the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles, for someone, you're definitely in this legacy building energy. Your mind is set on establishment for your future. You could be setting up things, you know, for your bloodline coming after you. You could be very much focused on that. Strategizing, putting that together. What you're doing right now could very well be the core of that happening right now. You could be thinking in terms of connecting different parts of your bloodline, bringing something together. You're thinking in terms of the big picture, not just you, but this is on a core, a mass level. right? That could have a lot to do with that energy that I was feeling in the beginning of the reading, where we were feeling that energy around healing, family healing, and this new thing coming in, being born. There's something new coming abroad as it pertains to a whole unit. It's like on a family level. You see it clearly, and you're already working towards it. Yeah. And Two of Cups on the bottom. I feel like you do have support with this. You have somebody that sees it, that sees what you see with the Two of Cups. You see eye to eye with someone. Spirit is saying, find those people. Okay? During this time, if there is that level of tension or resistance, find your people. Those who see on your level, who see what you see and are willing to move towards that with you. Okay? And people that are able to talk you down, right? That's going to tell you the truth, not what you want to hear, but people that's going to tell you the truth. Okay? And so that's what I have for you, Virgo. The dragon that you are slaying, I feel, is purely mental. And it's transitioning down into your heart space for the most part. You're blessed. Like I feel all good energy around you. But if you don't get out of that mind, if you don't get out of that head space, like, you may in fact spoil it. And so drop down into your heart so that you're not looking for something specific to show up a specific way, but you're looking for the feel of it, because your heart is going to tell you when you've hit the right spot. Your heart is going to guide you through that door when it opens. It's going to guide you down the right path when you come to that crossroads, right? It's going to actually guide you through those difficult parts of your connections and your relationships. Yeah. This part is called being guided. And that guidance is coming from your heart, okay? This one went really long, and so thank you, Virgo, for stopping by. Until next time, if you're new, make sure you like, share, and comment. Make sure that you subscribe if you are liking the energies here. Lots more to come. You can actually go back and see other videos that have been posted, of which some are timeless readings. And so thank you for stopping by, my Virgo friends. Until next time, drop down. Drop it like it's hot, okay? Drop down in that heart space, and let's navigate from there, okay? Thank you for stopping by. It's been Letty. Until next time, bye, Virgos.